Recently, we have been seeing a trend where smaller parameter size base models are outcompeting larger ones. For example, Mixtral MOE, which is a 7 billion parameter model size, is able to outperform Meta's Llama 2 70 billion parameter model. Today, I bring forth a new large language model developed by the team that had created ChatDev and XAgent, which is OpenBMB. This is something that they have just recently released, and it's quite interesting. Introducing MiniCPM. This is a series of edge side large language models with the base model of only 2 billion parameters. It's able to outperform Llama 2 13 billion parameter, as well as coming close to Mistral's 7 billion parameter on comprehensive benchmarks. It's completely open source, and they have developed a series of different models under the MiniCPM model, which is able to focus on multimodal, coding, mathematics, and many more. Now, just take a look at this example where I am giving a comprehensive prompt to Llama 2's 13 billion parameter model in comparison to giving the exact same prompt to MiniCPM. Now, you might be wondering, why am I testing comprehensive explanations in this context? Well, it's something that is quite important to evaluate the model's ability to provide a thorough and detailed understanding of this topic. This is where a comprehensive explanation might go a little bit beyond by simply defining concepts. And this is where I'm asking it to define the concept of artificial intelligence. Now, we're going to compare both of these responses. Now, ignore this error, it's completely fine. And I just simply had asked it this prompt. So in this case, I had got this generation from Llama 13B, and this is the generation I got from the MiniCPM model. Sorry for being repetitive, but this month we had insane partnerships with big companies giving out subscriptions to AI tools completely for free. These are tools that will streamline your business's growth and improve your efficiency. Just being a patron this past month, you were given access to 6 paid subscriptions completely for free. Not only do you access these subscriptions, but you gain the ability for consulting, networking, collaborating with the community, as well as with myself. You get access to daily AI news, resources, giveaways, and so much more. If you're interested, check out the Patreon link in the description below to gain access to these benefits. Now, what I want to point out with MiniCPM's response is that it was able to effectively cover the core concepts of AI, including the definition, the application across various industries, as well as the potential benefits and ethical considerations. This is something that Llama 2 did, but not quite thoroughly as MiniCPM. Now, one thing that I can say is that MiniCPM was also able to provide examples of the applications in different industries, whereas Llama 2 wasn't actually able to do so. This is where it just pointed out the potential benefits, and we can see that in terms of an overall comprehensive generation from a single prompt that we use for both of these models, I can clearly see that this smaller parameter model is able to generate a better response by just simply reading through a couple paragraphs. And this is why I'm covering this, because we're able to see that this is a potential model that many of us can use, as many of us do not have the hardware to run larger models with larger parameter size. So this is a great way for us to use something smaller, and that's something that can outperform a larger parameter model such as Llama 13B. And this is something that we're going to take a look at throughout today's video as we explore what you can do with MiniCPM. This is a great model that we're going to be exploring and unveiling throughout today's video. So with that thought, guys, stay tuned and let's get straight into the video. If you would like to book a one-on-one with me where you can access my consulting services, where I can help you grow your business or basically give you a lot of different types of solutions with AI, definitely take a look at the calendar link in the description below. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video at the world of AI. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at MiniCPM, which is a cutting-edge series of different edge-side large language models. It's something that's designed to handle a wide range of tasks with exceptional performances. Now, if you are to go to their blog post, we can see that they have released multiple different ranges of models under the MiniCPM branch, and basically at its core they have a base model, which is the MiniCPM 2 billion parameter model, which is something that is able to boost an impressive 2.4 billion on non-embedding parameters. Now they also have a comprehensive large language model, which is able to do quite good in terms of its comparison to Llama 13B, as it actually outperforms it, as well as doing quite good with the Falcon model. Now, it's also able to closely rank with Mistral 7B on comprehensive benchmarks, and this basically demonstrates its superior performance in areas such as Chinese, mathematics, as well as coding abilities. Now, they have a couple of other models, which is their Multimodal model, which is based on MiniCPM 2B, and it surpasses multimodal models based on Pi 2 at the same parameter level. They also have a quantized version. They have a mobile application version, which is developed based on the MLCL large language model. This is something that lets you run a small parameter size model on your phone, and it's something that we'll take a look at as we go further into the video. Now, one of the main reasons why I wanted to cover this model is because of how efficient it is. We can see that it basically excels in efficiency while you're able to deploy it smoothly on any GPU. You can basically even run this on your mobile phone, which is something that is quite useful for many people. And with the model that is able to outperform Meta's Llama 13 billion parameter model, it shows that it's something that has a lot of reputation to use it. And it's something that can also compress visual data into 64 tokens via its perceiver resampler. This basically will reduce memory usage and will speed up the inference. It's something that's able to boost top tier performance across various benchmarks. It surpasses similar size models, and the great part is that it's even able to outperform larger size models like the Llama model, Falcon 40 billion parameter model, as well as the new Qwen VL chat model. This is something that also supports bilingual support, which means that you can use different capabilities in different languages such as English or even Chinese. Now, let's just take a look at a couple examples so we get a better idea as to how it's able to generate in various categories such as text generation, coding, and such forth. In this case, we're taking a look at this example in text generation where we have given this prompt, what are some sort and sophisticated social media posts I can write when I can't sleep at night? And it gives you a couple of taglines for what you can actually post, and it shows that it's able to do quite well in terms of its generation with such a small parameter size. In terms of its coding capabilities, it's able to debug, solve different ranges of problems, and give you a good thorough analysis as to why it's giving you that response and as to what it's debugging. And this is something that's quite useful for such a small parameter size. You have mathematics, it's able to do quite well in translation, as well as in special tasks. We can see that it's able to do quite well in different ranges of categories. Now, as mentioned before, under the MiniCPM branch, there is a multimodal model that is basically formed with its overall base model, and it's able to do quite well, and you can even have it deployed on your phone, and you can do quite different things with it. In this case, you can ask it questions on certain images, ask it what the mushroom is. You can even have it so that you can have a continuous discussion on what you can do with that mushroom, ask it different questions, and it's able to do quite well in this terms of text generation. Now, if you are to go on their blog post, they have a full-on detailed explanation on different categories, comparing it with different models. And if you're interested in that, I truly recommend you check it out because there is a lot of information here as to what you can do with this model. So I'll leave all the links as to what I use in today's video in the description below. Here is an evaluation benchmark sheet, which is showcasing how well this model does in comparison to all of these other models in the 7 billion parameter range, all the way up to 40 billion, which is Falcon's model. And we can see that it's able to outperform all of it. And we can see in this category where it's focusing on English average, which is including code and mathematics, it does quite good in comparison to these other larger models. Now, we can see over here that they have stated that on the MT benchmarks, which is the closest to user experience, it's stated that MiniCPM 2B is also able to outperform many representative open source models such as Llama 270 billion parameter model, Vicuna 33 billion parameter model, as well as Mistral 7B. It's just able to show that there's getting to a point that they're developing such models that can even outperform these larger parameter model sizes with such a smaller size, as well as with a more compact and efficient model. Now, obviously, this is a model that's going to have a lot of limitations, and this is because of its size. Now, we know that its size can also be a pro, but there's also cons that come alongside with it. Now, this is because the model may sometimes produce incorrect information, especially with longer responses. So, this is something that you should keep in mind when you're using this model. This is also a model that hasn't been trained on specific identities, so it may generate content similar to other GPT models due to its training data being used. There is also a limitation of the model's output, which can vary depending on the prompt that is given. It could lead to inconsistent results, so it might need you to have it generate like multiple different responses on that same single prompt to see if you're getting the right consistent result from it. You also have the restriction for the ability to recall information accurately, and this is somewhat limited because of the capacity. Now, there are efforts though which are underway to improve this, and this is by integrating something called RAG, and this is something that they will be implementing later to this model. Now, if you are interested in trying this model out, you can definitely do so with LM Studio. I have a video on showcasing how you can get LM Studio, and I'll leave that link in the description below. But once you have LM Studio installed, it's super easy. What you want to do is just copy this model card. Once you have copied this model card, you want to open up LM Studio, and you can then paste it over in the middle section on the search tab on the homepage of LM Studio. And once you have searched it up, you can click on compatibility guess, and you'll be able to see this model, and you can download it. Now, this is the multimodal model, so I'm not going to be able to find download links for it. But if you are to go on their GitHub repo and click on their model trial, you're going to be able to download it and start playing around with it locally. And this is a great way for you to start trying it out. And once you have basically downloaded it, you can then load this model up and you can start chatting with it inside LM Studio. And that's easy as that, guys. And that's basically about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and you got some sort of value on using MiniCPM. Definitely check out all the links in the description below. I'll leave it all there. And if you guys haven't checked out the Patreon page, definitely do so you can access our private Discord, gain subscriptions to different AI tools completely for free. Make sure you follow us on Twitter if you guys haven't already. And make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video. Check out our previous videos if you guys haven't already. And with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.